Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Unlocking the Beyond for February 20th, where we delve into the unknown and try to answer your questions. So, today's question, or this week's episode, is more based on cryptozoology. So, we're going to be delving into the Mothman.
Yes. So, pretty much, this is the week that we kind of poke around all those unknown creatures that are kind of on the outskirts between reality and fiction.
So today is Mothman. Probably at some point, I'm sure we'll hit up big old Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster, and I don't even know all that. There's a lot out there.
There's Jersey Devil. The Yeti is pretty much going to be covered by Bigfoot.
Probably. So we'll get to all these things, but we, for whatever reason, decided let's start off with the Mothman.
It was a name I threw out there, and you're like, sure. And then we just did some tapping around, and both kind of were like, yeah.
Sure. Let's just do the Mothman. The Bigfoot's gonna be an interesting episode. He's got more lore behind him than probably most of the other ones combined.
Yes. So, what do we want to know about the Mothman? What is our question of the day?
Question of the day is going to be, do we think it's possible that the good old Mothman could exist at all? Is it possible? Is he out there?
Is the Mothman real?
Yes. Since there's not necessarily a drastic amount of lore about good old Mothman, couldn't really ask anything else about him.
There's a lot of speculation. There we go. We'll go with speculation and eyewitness accounts.
And the worst pictures known to man.
Yes, really. And the drawings are pretty bad, too. Just
come on, he has his own statue. Okay? He has his own statue.
Okay, so let's break it down. Let's kind of just briefly go over what the Mothman is, who he is, and he pretty much, to the modern society, came about in 1966 of November 12th in Clendon, West Virginia. 5 grave diggers saw some creature just fly right over them and kind of go from tree to tree. They described him as a brown-winged human.
Brown-winged human.
Yes. 3 days later, in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, 2 couples, so 4 people, saw a white-winged creature, 6 to 7 feet tall, standing in front of their car. And then they described it with bright red eyes that were 6 inches apart. I don't understand why that was important.
It's a very interesting detail there.
The wingspan was about 10 feet, and it chased their vehicle clumsily, apparently. It can't run very well. It can fly pretty fast, though.
Because you know what? There's just no possible way a white-winged creature could possibly be anything other than the Mothman.
No. So there was 8 more sightings in about 3 days, describing a very large bird with red eyes. And then in Salem, West Virginia, there was a specific kind of sighting where this guy saw weird patterns on his television. He started hearing sounds outside. And when he looked outside, he saw red eyes, to which he sent his hunting dog after it, and his hunting dog was never seen again. So all of these eyewitness accounts and stuff started flooding in. People weren't believing it. People were believing it more and more. It got popular. And then on December 15th, 1967, 46 people died in a bridge collapse called the Silver Bridge Collapse. And after that, the Mothman disappeared.
Just disappeared.
So that was the big section of eyewitness accounts that inspired the the 1975 movie book The Mothman Prophecies, and then the 2002 film. And then, of course, someone in 2002 wrote another book called Mothman and Other Curious Encounters.
Good old the Mothman.
So we have a lot of media attention.
Yes, Mothman seems to be made most famous by the movie The Mothman Prophecies, which I really... See, yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have taken the time and watched that movie. I've never seen it, so I got nothing really on it, so...
It was a movie. I can't...
It was a movie.
It's been so long, I can't tell you whether it was a good movie or not. I remember it kind of being slow-ish, and I want to say it was more of an investigative movie than an actual, like, film. Kind of like having fake interviews and stuff inside and stuff like that. But
I don't know. I haven't seen it. So, where do we want to move next?
I guess we'll go over theories of what it probably is at last. So we'll hit that point last. I will note now, before we get into the omens section,
Okay.
is in 1877, so this is predating the Mothman, there was supposedly sightings in Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York, of some winged human-like creature doing aerial acrobats in the sky. And people kept witnessing it from 1877 to 1880. Then in 1897, 100 people witnessed pretty much the same thing in Mount Vernon, Illinois. They kind of were like, oh, it's just some eccentric guy, creating flight and all that kind of stuff. Except flight wasn't really a big thing until 1961, so this predates that too.
There's just no way any of this could possibly be a bird.
Yeah,
Just no possible way.
Nope.
Like the sandhill crane. No way it can be like the sandhill crane.
Okay, so if you guys can't tell by our voices, we're kind of... There's a lot of things wrong with the Mothman.
Yeah, the Mothman, he's not coming together very well.
No.
But anyway, let's move on.
So one of the main things about the Mothman that would maybe, possibly even try to change my mind is the whole omen thing. And it's very, very on the edge of changing my mind way somewhere else. And that is the fact that people are thinking that the Mothman is more of some kind of creature or demon or whatever that shows up before a disaster happens and then disappears.
So in the 1967 case, it was he showed up a year before the bridge collapsed.
Yes. And let's see, 1926 in China, they had what they called a man-dragon. So this is predating the Mothman. They saw a man-dragon, so a flying man, pretty much.
Yes.
Shortly before a dam disaster.
And then, of course, I've got a few. I mean, we have the I-35 bridge collapse.
Yep, that was 2007.
2007.
Which they did note that it opened in 1967. So that bridge opened the same year that the Sober Bridge collapsed.
Interesting little coinkydink there.
13 dead and 145 injured. People had witnessed... The report started in June 27th of 2007, and then August 1st is when it actually happened.
So, several months before that one. An interesting one, they threw out 9/11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Supposedly, people saw the creature near the second plane as it hit the building, and afterwards, these men in black, kind of...
Yeah, this was 5 days prior to the attack, too.
Yeah. And this was 31 years since the last sighting of Mothman.
Another interesting one, on April 10th, 2009, the swine flu outbreak in Mexico.
Yes. They saw tall, hairy winged, bloodshotted eyes. And the one thing I will admit is that people are giving these descriptions, especially between different countries and everything. The one thing I did think was interesting was that in that specific outbreak, no one called it the Mothman. It was just whoever wrote this article or people since then are thinking it was the Mothman. What they originally thought was that it was the Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Yes.
I don't even know what a Chupacabra is.
The goat sucker.
That did not help me. That did not help me at all.
Creature that pretty much mutilates cattle and drains their blood and stuff. But pretty much, I guess we're going to do one on the Chupacabra now.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
But no, I do like that, especially when it happens in a different country or with a different culture or anything. They're not giving it the title the Mothman. Someone else is. Mm-hmm. Like the China is the man dragon. In
Chupacabra is supposed to be like a wolf?
It's a weird looking creature, okay?
No, according to this, it's very. All these pictures just like it's pretty much just like a hairless wolf.
Someone thought it was like a what was it? A coyote, like a very, very deranged, just.
We'll go over this. We'll go over this at some point.
But we're on the Mothman.
Mothman.
Pay attention. But no, that is one note I do like. That yes, people may be calling it the Mothman, but it's not self-titled that. But in other countries, they have their own names, which I thought was cool.
Makes sense.
Because it brings a little more credibility to it. Just a little. Because you have the same exact description, but being called something different.
It's a very broad. It's a very...
Yes, it's a very broad description.
Same description. It's a flying person.
A flying person with red eyes. But yes, anyways, in 1978, we have Freiburg, Germany. They saw a almost headless creature. Like, I guess it was so hunched down that its head was just, I don't know, it was weird. With red eyes on its chest.
Okay. This sounds...
And black wings. Okay. So they pretty much just stared at it, and it stared at them, and then just screamed at them. And they're like, nope, we're out. So they left, and an hour later, the mines collapsed. And they called it the Freiburg Shrieker. Yes. And then, of course, something with large black wings was seen or near the Fukushima plant. And it was screeching and stuff like that. And this person saw it, and then when they got on a plane, went home, and then the Fukushima plant went. So we have all these things that are seeing this creature before something happens. The only problem is that most of these people, most of the events predate, or post-date, I should say, the Mothman prophecies. So
and all these descriptions, all very, very... from different colors to eyes apparently being on his chest to things flying to things shrieking to...
It's just a lot, and I think we're just starting to just lump it into one little... It is the Mothman.
Anything else we want to hit?
The last thing I will hit on it, because it needs to be heard, is the Chernobyl thing. Anything you look at with the Mothman, you're going to run into the Chernobyl disaster, people seeing it, and it's not true. It came from the movie, but people on websites are posting it like it's an actual occurrence that happened. But no, there is no noted eyewitness besides from the 2002 movie.
Yes, so that's movie-based.
Yes.
So other than that, my last few things that we want to go over real quick is the Mothman Museum. That's up in, oh God, where is it?
It should be, isn't it in, oh wait, no, it's not, it's in Maine, isn't it?
Point Pleasant.
Oh, no, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still in Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant, where is that?
Huh?
What state is Point Pleasant?
Sorry.
I have this, I know.
It's West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia.
This is the entire thing where it started at.
So, which makes sense. Point Pleasant, West Virginia. You have we totally did our research so well. You have the Mothman Museum, which lays out facts and clippings of things about the Mothman. They have sections about the actual movie as well. And they also have a section related to debunking the Mothman. Because, yeah.
It needs to be there.
Good old Mothman. They had a... this is on the website. This is beautiful. And look at that guy. Look at that guy.
I was which you guys, we're gonna post links in the description because you gotta see this stuff. You really do.
Oh, he's beautiful. He's beautiful. He really is.
He looks like a blow-up doll. I mean, he is a
probably
blow-up doll,
is.
but he looks like the worst blow-up doll alien they could find. Okay, that they strap wings to.
So the Good Mothman Museum. Let's see. The Mothman myth is 50th anniversary. Blah blah blah. I don't know. I knew that for research. Anyway, we have the Mothman Museum, and then they also they have a whole Mothman festival in Pleasant Point, and also have a Mothman app you can download on your phone.
It covers eyewitness accounts, UFOs.
Yes. Descriptions, eyewitness accounts, UFOs, the Men in Black, which in several of these little instances, people talked about people in black suits coming in afterwards and telling people not to say anything.
Yes.
Sighting reports. About the museum, the festival, the story, what's going on, and just all kinds of stuff. So, if you like the Mothman, go ahead and do that. If you ever find yourself in Pleasant Point, it'll be something fun to do.
Honestly, I mean, all joking aside, anything like that, I think it would be interesting to go to. I think it would be interesting to experience this, to actually go see the museum and how they put it out there, and especially
$4 to get in.
Oh well, see, that's not
That's super cheap, and $1 for kids under 10.
No, well, I'm not a kid under 10. But no, I mean, being that is something that happened in this place, and these people truly believe that it happened to them, I think it would be interesting to go there and just hear it from them. Because who knows? I mean, you never know what you'd find out unless you talk to people. I'm not saying anything.
Dressed up as the Mothman. Come on.
He looks less. All his pictures just don't. He looks like a bug. Okay?
Yeah, Mothman Festival has a nice little site, and that's where the app comes from. They have music stuff going on there. Apparently, people dress up as the Ghostbusters there, because that makes sense. And but when you go there, they have some apparel and posters for Mothman in Fallout 76. To which, doing a little bit of research, turns out that good old Mothman is in Fallout 76, and you can hunt him down and kill him.
Oh, that's nice.
And the museum is also in Fallout 76. I think that takes place like around Pleasant Point, or right in that general area, so the museum is there as well.
As I said, I think it would be interesting to see. I think probably the last thing would be the note or the quote that I found. And it's true for a lot of the stuff we talk about. It's true for a lot of things just in general, especially when it comes to the media. And that is that a guy named Lon Strickler did a survey, pretty much, of a number of volunteers, 55, I guess. He got 55 sightings of a Mothman, put them on his website. And, of course, everybody are going crazy over it. But a psychologist went through and is literally like, yes, but this guy just took people and said, hey, have you seen the Mothman? Come to me, if you have, instead of just picking people at random. So the quote of the psychologist David A. Gallo said, people are more likely to visit a paranormal-centric website, or these people who are more likely to visit a paranormal-centric website like Stickler's might also be more inclined to believe in and therefore witness the existence of a Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So in conclusion, our question, do we personally think, in our non-scientific opinions, if the Mothman could exist?
I'm going to have to go with no.
And I'm going to have to go with no as well.
Especially since they found out that, there was a prankster living in a warehouse. Or a World War II munitions plant that was playing tricks on people. There was a construction worker that was tying flashlights to balloons. And also the fact that a sandhill crane could have been in the area and people might have not known what it was because they usually don't go there.
Yes, they were out of their normal area, and this is a like 5-foot bird with like 6 feet wingspan.
And red around its eyes.
And then, yeah, there's like a big jet red spot around its eyes. So,
Do I think it's possible that there are certain creatures or demons or whatever you want to say, some things that can show up pre-disaster striking? Yes, I do believe in omens, but I don't believe in the Mothman.
And I'm not on that boat at all. But I am here to suspend my disbelief a little bit and say, do I think it is humanly possible at all for things to exist and do stuff? And we're going to have fun with that. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Today, the Mothman has failed the test. He just seems like a wives' tale. He doesn't seem anything real.
There's just too many people saying the same thing. It's just media ruins it for people.
Yeah, and the movie kind of proliferated that. So, sorry, Mothman, but we don't think you exist.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah, show up at the house. Bust through the wall. Be the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, I hate us.
If you exist, let us know in the comments down below.
But no, really, what do you guys think? If you guys have a different perspective, if you guys have the same perspective, I mean, just let us know what you think. If you've seen the Mothman, I mean,
we know you.
We'd be open to hearing it.
We know Kit Kat will let us know what he thinks. He's commented on both the last 2 videos. So let us know what you think, Kit Kat. Let us know if the Mothman rides along with you. All right, but as always, you can reach me at Stars Untraveled, reach Amanda at KZ Pop, reach Show at Beyond Our Focus on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and podcast services around the globe. But as always, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel because we really appreciate that. Any final thoughts at all? No. Okay, that's a maybe, not really, but should have been. Oh, maybe.
Next week is our mystery week.
Mystery week. I think we've decided what we're doing this week, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna poke a little bit around the Bermuda Triangle and hope not to disappear.
Pretty much. So next week's video will be on the Bermuda Triangle. So look forward to that. But as always,
till next time.
Till next time. Long days and pleasant nights.